Hey there, everybody. It's Sonia. And I want to talk about a subject that I think is really fun and really exciting, okay? And the reason I think it's fun and exciting is because at the end of doing this exercise, you have an opportunity to make money in your MLM within 90 days. Within 90 days of starting. And it doesn't matter whether you're new to your company or whether you've been in your company for 3 years or 5 years, it really doesn't matter. And what we're going to talk about is really, really basic. But I love it because there's so much substance to it. And believe me when I tell you that if you implement these things and you do them, because they're not novel to you at all, these are things that I know you've heard of. But if you do these things, you will find yourself making money in your MLM within 90 days, no doubt about it, okay? So we're gonna talk about 5 surefire ways to make money in your MLM in 90 days. And let me tell you why 90 days is so important. I was really astounded when I first heard this. But think about this. What you do today is what you're going to see in 90 days. So the activities and the things that you do today, you will see the results of those things in 90 days. There are some nuances to it, but that's in fact true when it comes to multi-level marketing. So your efforts today are going to pay off in the form of your paycheck. You know what? I might as well put that out there. So it's going to pay off in the form of your paycheck in 90 days. So to me, that's really, really exciting because it means that if I have something that I can follow, if I have a blueprint that I can kind of follow and make sure that I implement these things and do them, that if you're saying, hey, Sonia, if you tell me this is going to work and you really are dedicated to what you're doing, then do these things and they will work for you, okay? Guarantee you, hands down. So you're probably like sitting on the edge of your seat, right? Going, all right, got that. So what's the first thing? This is really, really, really simple. Number one, the very first thing is that you have to have a burning desire to do this and to make it happen. So what do I mean by that? What do I really mean by having a burning desire? I'll tell you this, when people walk those stages in your company because they are the highest earners in the company, what you're seeing is the gain. You're seeing the reward, the end result. What you're seeing is the gain. You'll never see the pain. You'll never see the pain. And so in some of these things that I'm going to ask you to do, there may be some pain attached to them. But if you're willing to go through that, again, what you do today, you'll see in the results of your paycheck in 90 days. So when I say you have to have a burning desire, what I mean by that is that you have to be willing to basically walk through fire for your goals. Walk through fire. That means that if you're sick and you're really, really sick, laying in bed, you've got to do something toward your business. That's having a burning desire. Let's say there's death in the family. Of course, life happens. So of course you will tend to that. But you have to have it in your mindset to say, okay, life has happened, and I'm dealing with this. But at the same time, I have to keep my goals in front of me because I've got this burning desire to make sure that it's successful. So it could be something as simple as a party or a barbecue that you're invited to, that you might have to say no. You might have to say, I can't because I have phone calls scheduled, or I have a meeting scheduled, or I've got some things online that I have to do toward my business, and so therefore I can't make it. There may be a lot of times where you won't be able to make things because your business is dictating something different. And those things are short-lived. I mean, this is not going to go on forever and ever. But there are things that you must do during this first 90 days or during this next 90 days. Okay? So burning desire, your burning desire. A lot of times that equals your why. What is your why? Is it your kids maybe? Is it your children? Is it that that you want more time with your kids? Maybe you want to come home and work your business full time if you're not doing that already. Maybe it's your husband, or maybe it's your wife. For me, it's my husband. I would love to be able to retire my husband. That's my lifelong goal right now, is to retire my husband. My kids, they're going to get theirs. they just, they're going to get theirs. But for me right now, it's being able to retire my husband. What is it for you? What is it that you would walk through fire for your business? And once you determine that, keep it up here. Keep it in your head. That's got to be in the forefront of your day to day. It has to be. So that's number one. Number one is that you must have a burning desire. Burning desire. Okay? Number two is simple too. Sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. And when I say simple, I don't necessarily mean simple to do, but simple things that you've heard before, simple things that you already know. You have to have a sense of urgency. You cannot procrastinate. You can't put things off. If you have phone calls to make, pick up the phone and make them. If you have appointments to make and clients to see, do that. Presentations to make, do that. The activity online, make sure that happens. You have to have a sense of urgency. 90 days will fly by. Let me give you a little fact. Most people don't make it in multi-level marketing past 30 days. Can you believe that? Most people don't make it past 30 days. And I can guarantee you that if they were to implement these 5 things that we're talking about today, they would make it well past 30 days because income would be happening. But you have to have a sense of urgency. You have to know that, A, I've got a burning desire to do this. And because I have this burning desire, I've got a strong sense of urgency and nothing is going to hold me back. Nothing is going to hold me back. It's having that jump off the cliff attitude. Jump off that cliff. If somebody's got to even push you off, jump off the cliff and figure the rest of it out on your way down. I am so serious. I'm so serious when I say that. Jump off the cliff for your business, okay? Small example, for me, sense of urgency for me means that everything that I have on my calendar planned, I have to get it done. I happen to use a system that helps me tremendously. It's a system that a lot of MLMers use. It's a system that provides me with tools that I need to get everything done. It provides me with, oh my gosh, awesome training and education that gives me the knowledge that I need to have to move forward in my business. I use things like autoresponders and lead generators and, being able to create landing pages and, a host of other tools that I need as a MLMer. And then the education. When I first started my business, I knew that I wanted to take it online. And, I knew a little bit, but I really didn't know much at all. And so I struggled for a little while trying to figure things out on my own before I realized that, hey, I kind of had to raise my hand and say, hey, what's out there that can help me, learn the things that I need to learn, get the training and the education that I needed. I dabbled with Facebook, but I really didn't know Facebook. I dabbled with Twitter, didn't really know Twitter, and a lot of the other platforms. So the system that I use is awesome, awesome, awesome. I can't say enough for it. I will save that for another video, but if you have any questions on that, feel free to just drop a comment below and I will definitely answer your questions there. For me, a system is awesome. And I can guarantee you as well that those folks that are walking across the stage for your company, no matter what company it is, I guarantee you that they are part of a system, most of them. They don't always raise their hand and say that, but I can guarantee you that they're not talking to thousands and thousands of people across the country and across this world by picking up the phone for every single one of those people. So again, we'll talk about that on another video. Okay, so the third thing that you have to do in order to be successful in your MLM within 30 days is you have to create 10 leads a day. Yes, 10, I said it, 10 leads a day. And I know for some of you, you're probably thinking, yeah, right, Sonia, 10 leads a day, right? Like I can't even really create 2 leads a day consistently, and I'm jumping up and down when I get 1. So break that down. Create 10 leads a day. If you think about this really, really simply and say to yourself, I'm going to just go about my day to day and I'm going to make new friends. I'm going to create new friends. And my goal is that I'm going to create 10 new friends a day. So however you do that, if you're marketing online, then you're going to make sure that you have done the activities needed to create 10 new leads a day. If you are giving presentations, then you're going to make sure that you are involved in enough presentations to create 10 leads a day. Or if you're out working and you're talking to people within your company or at lunchtime, then you're going to make sure that you talk to enough people that you talk to 10 people that you can turn into leads per day. It's just that simple. I think if we stop thinking about the word leads and the word prospects and, oh my goodness, what am I going to say to them about my business? It's not about that. This is a networking business that we have, and it's no different than anything else. You're just talking to people. And it's up to you to determine your means and your method that you want to go about doing that. That's very important because there is no MLM out here, none that do not require leads. You have to have leads. You got to have leads to bring people into your business. You have to have leads to sell people your products. You have to have leads to sell people your services, right? So we have to have that as one of our 5 items. We must create leads in order to have this success. So think about it on a very, very kind of elementary scale, and it just makes it easier. I can remember when I first committed to these goals and I said to myself, oh my gosh, I've got to come up with these leads. So in order for me to do that, I market online, and I knew that I needed to pick up the phone and actually call those people that opted in to my opportunity. And that phone looked like it weighed 50 pounds. I can tell you that for sure. But with each phone call, the phone got lighter and lighter and lighter. I would worry about, oh my gosh, what is this person going to say to me? What if they're not receptive? How am I going to handle that? Do I have all of my, opposition lines, ready and armed? And you know what? It didn't matter. That phone got easier because I treated them as though they were my new friend. And it was just simply, hi, how are you? How's it going? Thanks so much for opting into my page. I just wanted to let you know I'm a real person. And if you need me for anything, let me know. I'm here to help you. That's it. And then the conversation just kind of went from there. So make sure that that's your number 3, that you are willing and able and ready to commit to doing that, 10 new leads a day. Number 4, you've heard this, be consistent. We have to be consistent. You have to do the same thing, and you have to make sure that you are consistent in the things that you have decided to do. Consistency means a lot, and it will carry you a long, long, long way. Your consistency is where you're going to begin to really see the differences. You're not going to see the day to day to day to day to day, but when you look at it over a span of time, you're going to see where you were and where you are now. It's kind of like when your kids were young and they've grown up, and you look back on those old school age pictures. Maybe you've got a child that's in 10th grade, and you go back and you look at that child when they were in 2nd grade, and you think, oh my goodness, look at the difference in my child. But you didn't always see it day to day to day because you're looking at them every day, and they're growing up with you in your household. So your business is going to be very much like that. But there will be a time when you'll be able to look back and think, oh my goodness, look where I was and look where I am now. So that piece, consistency, it means a lot. I tell you, it means so much. If you just stay consistent, guess what else? You won't quit. You will not quit because you're consistent in what you do. You're not going to quit. And when you don't quit, that means you're going to be there in 90 days. And I want you to be there 90 days from now so that you can see where you've come. Number 5, and the last item, this is so important, and it's all about mindset. All number 5 is set your mind up to be successful. I want you to say to yourself on a daily basis, I am going to be successful. That's it. It's just that simple. Say that to yourself every day, I'm going to be successful. And you know what? When you make that decision to be successful, then guess what? Success is going to find you and you will be successful. When you make that decision, that simple decision, I'm going to be successful. And when you make that decision, success will find you wherever you are in your business. It will find you and you will do the things that you have to do and you will be successful. So that's what I have for you. Those are the 5 things. I want to see you in 90 days. Please take a minute and comment below. If you have found any value in this at all, if you've gotten any nuggets, anything that you can say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to set aside 90 days and I'm going to do everything that these five items say that I should do. I want you to go out and I want you to crush your business and make it happen. There are some links somewhere around this video, probably underneath this video. After you maybe rewind, if there's some areas that you want to repeat in here, click on those links, take a look at those links, and if you have any questions in your mind at all, I'm here to help. So take a second and just shoot me a question. Leave a comment, and I will be happy to answer any question that you might have. But I truly want you to be around 90 days from now. I want you to be here in 90 days. Take these steps and I guarantee you, not only will you be around in 90 days, but you'll have some money in your pocket in 90 days. All right, take care.